Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Mersel, and on behalf of Hocking Stewart, but more importantly our vendors, we'd like to welcome you here today to the much anticipated auction of 2 at 21 Linden Street, Surrey Hills. I'll be your auctioneer here this afternoon. Assisting me is Morris DiMarzio, Toby Parker, who no doubt you've met over the past few weeks. For those of you hopeful buyers here today though, we do wish you the very best of luck with your bidding. Now before we get underway, there are a few formalities I'm required to cover off on. So for those of you not familiar with the rules of auction, the auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits major disruptions by bidders and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding and provides fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I will use during the auction to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law, only I as the auctioneer can make a vendor bid. Now the property we offer you for competition here today is described in the attached copy of title 11627, folio 156, being lot 2 on plan of subdivision 723187Y, together with all its improvements and fixtures more commonly known to you or I as 2 at 21 Linden Street, Surrey Hills. The terms you're bidding on here today is a 10% deposit upon signing of contracts with the balance due on the 10th of December 2016. However, as per General Conditions 16.2, and this falling on a Saturday, we'll move to the following business day, being Monday, the 12th of December 2016. Chattels to remain with the property upon settlement is all improvements, fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. Now attached to today's contract of sale is the vendor statement, or more commonly referred to as the Section 32, and key information contained within this document states that the property is zoned General Residential Schedule 5, located within the City of Boroondara, and that all outgoings for property do not exceed $2,500 per annum. Before moving any further along, ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions or queries at this time?
Tim, I've had my solicitor check the contracts, but I forgot to check whether the property is in a bushfire-prone area. If it is, what are my responsibilities?
So look, with regards to the bushfire-prone area, that is something that you would have had to look up with the local authorities and to go through that process with them, contacting the relevant authorities. I don't believe it is in that zoning, but best of luck with your bidding. Hope to see you involved. Any further questions?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of auctions recently, and if I'm holding the bid and the property's on the market, can you just knock it down quickly?
Sir, I'll give you every opportunity, but obviously as you would like, if you weren't holding the highest bid, you'd like me to make sure that everyone gets a fair opportunity to put their bid forward, put themselves in the best opportunity and to purchase the property. So I will give everyone the fair opportunity though to get themselves back on the top. Best of luck with your bidding. I'd love to see you involved. Maybe you can start me off. Any further questions or queries, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, perfect. Well, moving along, that is the formalities out of the way. Very standard contract of sale, nothing out in the ordinary. But what should be absolutely crystal clear is the opportunity that represents itself here for one lucky buyer, and it all starts with location. Whether you're a young professional couple or young family looking to buy into that blue chip location, or perhaps the more downsizing option, you're trading in the bigger home, looking to get that low maintenance option, it really does tick all the boxes. And with schooling, you've got primary, secondary, private, public, all for you to choose from. The public transport, you've got trams on Riversdale Road, Surrey Hills train station, just a 5-minute stroll away. You'll be in the CBD and back out again at night. Door-to-door service, ladies and gentlemen. The shopping facilities on offer, it's a plethora to choose from. You've got Camberwell Junction, Middle Camberwell, Whitehorse Road, that's just to name a few though. And when you come home, just at the end of the street, you don't even have to have the backyard. You've got the parkland. Take the kids and the dog down of a Sunday afternoon, head down, have a picnic, the barbecue, all for your enjoyment. When you come home, down the driveway, set at the rear, away from prying eyes. It's an absolutely magnificent home that presents itself to you. Enter the home and it opens itself up. That open plan floor plan, open plan living at its finest, the bifolding doors, out the north facing orientation, but perhaps most importantly that ground floor bedroom, the master bedroom on the ground floor with the ensuite, the downsize as I touched on before. Some of you here, you don't have to worry about making the trip up and downstairs. You can live out your days here beautifully. So when it gets to the pointy end of the auction, beg your pardon, and you think you've reached your limit, I will ask you to think again. That extra $30,000 or $40,000 or even $50,000 stretch here today will be well worth it in years to come, I assure you. The last sale in this street was this very property 30 years ago. My vendors, they bought here, just the two of them. They raised a family. They've moved out now, started their own family, the kids that is. They couldn't bear to leave, so what did they do? They subdivided and built a new home on the back of it just over a year ago. And now the opportunity is out there for one of you here today to take it with both hands and call it your own. We've seen sales in the area well in excess of $1 million though. With that in mind, you've seen it, you've loved it, now it's time to buy it. Where can I see a fair and reasonable start for 2 at 21 Linden Street, Surrey Hills? Did I mention it's a quiet neighbourhood? Thought I'd get something there. Anywhere at all, ladies and gentlemen, fair and reasonable start. Perhaps a suggested figure of around $920 to kick us off, anywhere at all. No, it takes a brave soul. Full confidence in the property market here today. Anywhere at all, ladies and gentlemen. I'll kick it off if I need to. I much prefer you to. No, with that silence, I will take it as consent. $895, sir. Holding to the death. $895. Would you go for $920? $895 asked for a start and they got it. At $895,000, then there's your competition. Ladies and gentlemen, look for a rise to $920 from there, but $895,000 now fairly bitten off at front left, ladies and gentlemen. Can I see a further rise anywhere at all, but at $895,000, anywhere else at all, ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? Take me up if you will. Looking for $920 at this stage, but at $895,000, gentlemen on the left, once, twice, third and final call, anywhere at all, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move things right along. I'll place a vendor bid of $920,000 and invite you back in for 10 from there. What do you say, sir? Come back for 10 now, would you? At $920,000 now with the bids with me, looking for a further rise anywhere at all. Ladies and gentlemen, where do we go from here? Another fight, 10, sir? 5 it is. At $925,000 now. Keep it in 10s if I would, though. Round me up to 35 now if you will, but at $925 back with my start. 10, 35 I have, sir. Still going 5s, though. 40, do you say? 35 I've got now, front right. So what was that? 40 I've got now. $940,000, sir, back on top with another 10. What do you say? At $940,000 now, beg your pardon, sorry, $930. At $930,000 now, we raise them up to 40 if you will, sir. At $930,000 now, between the three of them, great confidence here today. Ladies and gentlemen, anywhere else at all, another 1040 I've got. Back up on top with my starter at $940,000. Another 5? 45 I have, 50 can I say, sir? 50 I've got now. Back up on top, the 5s aren't working, try 10. $950,000 back with my starter. He knows his values, great. Another 5 at 45 now, sorry, 55, sorry. And at $955,000 now, looking for a further rise anywhere at all. Ladies and gentlemen, between the three of them, would love a fourth, anywhere else at all. And at $955,000, great buying here today. Another 560 I've got. And 960, 65, 70, can I say, straight back up on top now. And at $965,000 with my starter, he's been with me since the beginning, he's been great. And at $965,000, what do we say, ladies and gentlemen? Where do we go from here? Would love another bidder anywhere else at all. At $965,000, I'll call it 3 times in. Once now, twice in the call at $965,000, third and final call. Well, to let you know what happens from here, ladies and gentlemen, if I'd received no further bidding, I'll simply pass the property to this gentleman here. He holds the first and exclusive right to negotiate with my vendors at their very realistic reserve price. I'm confident once he hears that figure, he'll take it up. You'll see its sold sticker on the board in minutes. So if you want to put yourself in that position and get that first and exclusive right, you now need to bid. So I'll put it back over to at $965,000 with the gentleman front left, looking for a further advance, sir. With the gentleman front left just here.
I'll give you 2.5.
Another 2. Would you come for 5? 5, sir, sorry.
2.5.
67.5 then, sir. Extend the same courtesy, but perhaps keep it in 10s maybe. Another 5, 72.5 now, looking for a further rise. 77.5, round me to 80 or perhaps 90, would you, man? At $978,000, 5,000, 82.5. We're on the market selling here today, ladies and gentlemen. No better bid. At $982,500, sorry? 20 at 900, sorry, $1,002,500 there now, looking for a further rise. Great bidding. That's the way to buy real estate. Welcome back, sir. Put yourself back up on top. And $1,002,500 now, selling here today. No better bid. Where do we go? Sir, another 2.5, perhaps rounding to 5. Shaking your head, I'll give you a minute to think about it. At $1,002,500 now, looking for a further rise. What about yourself, man? Would you round me to 5 now? Another 2.5. Get yourself back up on top. Buy this fabulous property here today. But $1,002,500 between the three of them. Where do we go from here, buyers? I'll call it 3 times. Once now. Twice the call, $1,002,500. Sorry? 7.5 then. Back up on top, 12.5, 17.5, can I say, madam? $1,012,500, back with my start. 2.5, 15 I've got now, $1,015,000 now, looking for a further rise. Where do we go from here, buy? Great buying, 20 I've got. 25, sir, 30. Perhaps another 2.5, 22.5. And $1,022,500 now, where do we go? Another bid anywhere, another 5, 27.5, 30 can I say? And $1,027,500, another 2.5 to put yourself back up on top, sir. Surely it's worth it. I'll give you the moment. Yeah, 30 I've got now. $1,030,000 now. This is the point of the auction. Another 5, 35. She's beat me to it. 36. And $1,036,000 back up on top at 40, can I say? And $1,036,000 back to my starter, front left, or anywhere else at all, ladies and gentlemen. Another 40 I've got, and $1,040,000 now. Great buying here. Between the three of them, should only spur your confidence that you're buying a fantastic property here today. Ladies and gentlemen, $1,040,000. Where do I see a further rise? Anywhere at all? Back up on top, either or. You sure? You're shaking your head. Give you a moment to think. $1,040,000 once now. Twice in the call, $1,040,000. Third and final call. Anywhere else at all, ladies and gentlemen? Just remember what happens from here. You asked before, sir, once the contract hits my hand, I say sold. It is indeed that. If you're holding back for that last minute hurrah, I suggest against it. Make yourself known. Stamp your mark on this auction here today and buy yourself an absolute fabulous property. Now's the time to stretch yourself. This is that time when I was telling you that extra 20, 30 or 40,000. 30 years since the last sale on the street. Surely it's worth another bid. Another 500, would you say, madam? You sure? Tell you what, you bid 500, he bids against you, you've lost nothing. Usually get someone. What about yourself, sir? Another 500? You sure you're done? Absolutely done. Is there anybody else, ladies and gentlemen, that I may have missed? Make yourself known now. $1,040,000. Anywhere else at all? Call it a final 3 times. Once now. $1,040,000. Looks like you've got yourself a property, sir. Hold on tight. Twice in the call. $1,040,000. Third and final call. Anybody else? All done. All finished. All sold. $1,040,000 for 2 at 21 Linden Street, Surrey Hills. The property is selling. Selling, sold! Very big congratulations to our purchaser here. Commiserations to our underbidders. You've been fantastic. Thank you very much for attending another Hocking Stewart auction. All the best for the remainder of your week.